This is All India Radio. In the program Spotlight, we bring you a special program on Nation Cheers for Team India at Tokyo Olympics.
The biggest sporting carnival is barely a few hours away. Sports fans across the world are eagerly awaiting the start of the Summer Olympics in Tokyo from Friday after an year-long delay due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The mega quadrennial event will kick off with a highly anticipated opening ceremony tomorrow, Friday at 4:30 p.m. Indian time. However, the event to be held at the newly built National Stadium in the Japanese capital will be a scaled-down and a sobering affair amid the COVID-19 pandemic. The ceremony will have none of the usual splendor and grandeur. There won't be any mass choreography, the huge props, and the cornucopia of dancers, actors and lights associated with an Olympic Games opening ceremony. Long-time opening ceremony executive producer Marco Balick said that the opening ceremony of the Summer Games will be a sobering show in Tokyo and will feature beautiful Japanese aesthetics. He said the event will be very Japanese but also in sync with the sentiments of today, the reality. Rising COVID-19 cases in Tokyo have cast a large shadow over the event that has already been postponed last year because of the pandemic. Japan had announced that the participants will be competing at empty venues so that the health risk amid the COVID pandemic can be minimized. Fans will see a much smaller team parade in an almost empty Tokyo Olympic Stadium. India's Deputy Chef de Mission, Prem Kumar Verma, said that only 6 officials from every country are allowed at the ceremony, although there is no cap on athletes. This is the first time that the Olympic Games have been postponed and rescheduled rather than cancelled. The opening ceremony has been an integral part of every Olympic since the first modern games were held in Athens in 1896. It presents an opportunity for the host country to promote its national identity to the world. The $1.5 billion three-tiered complex was expected to seat 68,000 during the Tokyo Olympics. However, most of the sporting event, including the opening ceremony, will be held without spectators from the general public as the Japanese capital remains under a COVID-19 state of emergency. Leaders from around 15 countries and international organizations, including French President Emmanuel Macron and US First Lady Jill Biden, are expected to be in attendance at the glittering ceremony. A total of around 11,000 athletes from 206 countries are expected to participate in 33 sports in Tokyo Olympics. More than 120 athletes from India will be performing at the biggest sporting extravaganza. Legendary boxer MC Mary Kom and men's hockey team skipper Manpreet Singh will be India's flag bearer at the opening ceremony. As the clock ticks towards the fast approaching 32nd Summer Games, all eyes in India are glued on country's 127-member strong contingent to prove their mettle. This is India's biggest and also the strongest contingent ever at the Games. India will compete in about 85 medal positions across 18 sporting categories in the rescheduled Summer Olympics. In one of its best rendition, India bagged 6 medals, including 2 silver and 4 bronze at the London Olympics in 2012. However, at the Rio Olympics in 2016, the Indian contingent could only win 2 medals, including 1 silver and 1 bronze. This time, India will try to turn the tables in the upcoming Games. Indian athletes have prepared rigorously to qualify in huge numbers for this year's event and to ensure they give inspiring and memorable performances to their fans back home. Shooting is expected to bring the most number of medals for India at Tokyo.
विमेन शूटर्स टीम और मेन शूटर टीम दोनों भी बहुत अच्छे हैं। अगर बाकी देशों से कंपेयर किया जाए तो किसी की मेन टीम बहुत ही पावरफुल है, किसी की विमेन टीम बहुत पावरफुल है, लेकिन हमारे यहाँ दोनों भी बैलेंस शूटर्स है, इसलिए जो टीम इवेंट्स होने वाले हैं उसमें हमारे चांसेस बहुत ज्यादा है।
Followed by archery, but there are strong contenders across many other disciplines. We begin with one of India's most promising medal prospects, world number 1 pugilist in the men's 52 kg category, Amit Panghal, who is spearheading the strong Indian boxing contingent. Ever since he won the National Boxing Championship in the 48 kg category in 2017, his career has been on the rise. Star pugilist Mary Kom is one of India's flag bearers in the Olympics this year and is another medal prospect for the country. She has several international medals to her name, including an Olympic bronze in 2012 London Games. Competing in the 49 kilogram category, Mirabai Chanu became the first Indian weightlifter to qualify for the Tokyo Olympics on the basis of placing second on the absolute ranking list issued by the International Weightlifting Federation. Given India's recent performances on the global stage, shooting is a promising discipline for India. Shooter Saurabh Chaudhary is representing India in two events, men's 10-meter air pistol and 10-meter air pistol mixed event. He became the youngest gold medalist at the Asian Games when he won the gold medal in the 2018 Asian Games. In the 2021 World Cup in Delhi, he won medal in all the three categories he competed in, 2 gold in the team event and a silver in the individual event. The mixed team pair of Saurabh Chaudhary and Manu Bhakar is expected to win a medal for India. The pair won silver in the team event in Croatia earlier this year and has enjoyed much success in the World Cups over the last few years. Ilavenil Velaravin and Divyansh Singh Pawar are also a pair to watch out for in Tokyo. Ace shuttler PV Sindhu is the Rio Olympic silver medalist and will want to do one better this time at Tokyo given her biggest competitor, Spain's Carolina Marin, has withdrawn due to injury.
You need to play the sport clean, you need to be honest about it. I think it definitely is going to spread a lot of people. It's for you, you're playing the sport for yourself and you need to be happy about it and you have to play it very clean, and I think that's very important according to me.
Deepika Kumari, who is now the #1 archer in the world, is the lone female Indian archer to make the cut for the Tokyo Olympics and is coming off a hat-trick of the gold medals in the recurve event at Archery World Cup in Paris held earlier this year. She will also compete alongside Praveen Jadhav, Atanu Das and Tarundeep Rai in the team event. Star javelin throwers Neeraj Chopra has been incredibly consistent in the Olympic year, routinely throwing the javelin around the 85-meter mark and holds a very good chance of making a podium finish. India's men hockey team is ranked number 4 in the world and may just be India's best chance yet to finally end a 4-decade-long wait for success at the Olympics. And in the end, India has pinned high hopes on 7 wrestlers who have secured a spot in the Tokyo Olympics, but the brightest medal prospects in the contingent are Bajrang Punia and Vinesh Fogart. To boost the morale of Indian athletes contingent participating in the Tokyo Olympics, good wishes are pouring in from across the country under the Cheer for India campaign. Interacting with Tokyo Olympics-bound Indian athletes earlier this month, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that they reflected the new India. He said 135 crore Indians are supporting the players taking part in the Summer Games. He said people from across the nation are cheering their favorite players. In the informal and spontaneous interaction, the Prime Minister motivated the athletes and thanked their families for their sacrifice.
मुझे ये देखकर आज खुशी होती है कि देश आपको चीयर कर रहा है। 135 करोड़ भारतीयों की शुभकामनाएं खेल के मैदान में उतरने से पहले आप सभी के लिए देश का आशीर्वाद है। मैं भी अपनी ओर से आपको ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। ये बात जरूर याद रखना है कि जीतने का प्रेशर लेकर नहीं खेलना है। अपने दिल दिमाग को बस एक ही बात कहिए कि मुझे अपना बेस्ट परफॉर्म करना है। मैं देशवासियों से भी एक बार फिर कहूंगा, चीयर फॉर इंडिया। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है आप सब देश के लिए खेलते हुए देश का गौरव बढ़ाएंगे, नए मुकाम हासिल करेंगे।
In his Mann Ki Baat program on All India Radio last month, the Prime Minister advised people not to pressurize players participating in Tokyo Olympics, but to support them with an open mind and bolster their enthusiasm. He asked them to send their wishes to these players with #Cheer4India on social media.
हमें जाने अनजाने में भी हमारे इन खिलाड़ियों पर दबाव नहीं बनाना है, बल्कि खुले मन से इनका साथ देना है। हर खिलाड़ी का उत्साह बढ़ाना है। सोशल मीडिया पर आप #Cheer4India के साथ अपने इन खिलाड़ियों को शुभकामनाएं दे सकते हैं। आप कुछ और भी इनोवेटिव करना चाहें तो वो भी जरूर करें। अगर आपको कोई ऐसा आइडिया आता है जो हमारे खिलाड़ियों के लिए देश को मिलकर करना चाहिए तो वो आप मुझे जरूर भेजिएगा। हम सब मिलकर टोक्यो जाने वाले अपने खिलाड़ियों को सपोर्ट करेंगे। चीयर फॉर इंडिया, चीयर फॉर इंडिया, चीयर फॉर इंडिया।
Youth Affairs and Sports Minister Anurag Thakur has urged people to make a video with their friends and family members and share it with the hashtag Hamara Victory Punch in support of Indian athletes representing the country in Tokyo Olympics. In a tweet, Mr. Thakur said people can make the video and tag it to 5 people and invite them to share the videos to show their support for the Indian Olympic team. He also appealed to people to make Cheer for India a mass movement.
देश के 22 राज्यों से 18 खेलों के 126 एथलीट्स टोक्यो ओलंपिक्स में 130 करोड़ भारतीयों का प्रतिनिधित्व करेंगे। हमारे खिलाड़ी अपना परचम लहराने और देश को मेडल दिलाने में जरूर कामयाब होंगे और इस ओलंपिक्स में हमारे खिलाड़ी अपना सर्वोच्च प्रदर्शन करें। एक ही संदेश देना चाहता हूँ, साथ तुम्हारे पूरा देश, बस तुम आगे बढ़ते जाना। भारत माँ का यही संदेश टोक्यो ओलंपिक में मेडल जीत कर आना।
Mr. Thakur has also posted a video on his Twitter handle and tagged 5 persons. He has nominated Law and Justice Minister Kiran Rijiju, cricketer Virendra Sehwag, actor Akshay Kumar, badminton player Saina Nehwal and Paytm founder Vijay Shekhar Sharma. In response to Mr. Thakur, Union Law Minister Kiran Rijiju also shared a video on Twitter in which he cheered for the Indian contingent.
To support and encourage our Indian players in the Tokyo Olympics, here is our victory punch.
Cheer for India!
Freestyle Indian wrestler and Olympic bronze medalist Yogeshwar Dutt gave a message to our athletes competing in Tokyo.
ओलंपिक में जितने भी हमारे खिलाड़ी भाग ले रहे हैं उन सभी को मेरी तरफ से बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। मैं आशा करता हूं कि इस ओलंपिक में हमारे खिलाड़ी ज्यादा मेडल जीत के आएंगे और नई बुलंदियों को छुएंगे, इतिहास रचेंगे। सभी देशवासियों से भी मेरी अपील है कि हमारे खिलाड़ियों का हौसला बढ़ाएं, उनके सभी मैच देखें। चीयर फॉर इंडिया। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Former track and field athlete and Arjuna awardee Ashwini Nachappa sent her good wishes to the Indian sportspersons in Tokyo.
Congratulations to all our Olympians who have qualified for the Tokyo 2020. Wishing you all the very best and have a very successful Tokyo Olympics. May you return with your best performance and make India proud. Cheer for India.
The News Services Division of All India Radio has been broadcasting Olympic quiz daily in its sports scan program since 1st of month. Listeners from across the country are participating in the Olympic quiz. AIR News received emails of the listeners in huge numbers. Winners from all over the country will get Team India jersey. One of the winners of our Olympic quiz, Class 10 student Parisha Giria of Lakhimpur in Assam, thanked the AIR News for the opportunity.
ऑल इंडिया रेडियो के सभी श्रोताओं को मेरा नमस्कार। मैं परीक्षा गिरिया नॉर्थ लखीमपुर असम से हूँ। ओलंपिक क्विज आकाशवाणी समाचार के साथ विजेता बनने पर मुझे एवं मेरे पूरे परिवार को अत्यंत खुशी हुई। अब जो भारतीय खिलाड़ी टोक्यो पहुँच चुके हैं, मैं पूरे असम की ओर से कामना करती हूँ कि वह विजयी बने एवं भारत का नाम संपूर्ण खेल जगत में और रोशन करें।
A. Ganesh from Bangalore in Karnataka expressed excitement on the success and cheered for the Indian sportspersons participating in the Olympics.
I was very happy to get the news about my winning this All India Radio sports quiz. I have been hearing All India Radio news as well as sports quiz regularly. The starting of this quiz has been a very good initiative and it has given a lot of interest and insight into the sports, especially these Olympics.
Class 5th student Prabhu Ashish Patnaik of Bhubaneswar in Odisha was exhilarated by the success.
I am very happy to win All India Radio Olympic Quiz Contest. I am thankful to All India Radio News. My best wishes to Indian athletes. I wish they win medals for India and make India proud. From Odisha, there are some players in men's and women's hockey team. Women's sprinter Dutti Chand is also from my state, Odisha. I wish her all the best. Dutti Didi, medal jeeti ke aasigo. Jai Hind.
The Indian contingent is set out to fight the Olympic medals on the opening ceremony. The Indian archery team, men's and women's 10-meter air pistol and weightlifting teams will be in action. Besides, also will be seen in action are Indian men's hockey team against New Zealand, Indian women's team against Netherlands. Our best wishes for Team India to come up with a sterling performance and bring laurels for the nation.
You were listening to a special program on Nation Cheers for Team India at Tokyo Olympics. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official.